without further ado, we're going to go ahead and kick this thing off. And this was from Tom Pfeiffer. And the URL, if you guys want to follow along, is healthsmartcbd.com. All right, so first and foremost, when I land on the site, I like that it's nice and clean in the header. You guys will find me picking on people right and left when they give me site reviews with their navigation and with their headers. They just got way too much shit going on. So the header is really good. The only thing that I would suggest changing is probably just dropping, right, like one of these from the header, right? Like you got shop here, but you got a cart over here. So maybe you just want to drop the cart, right? But you want to try to keep the header. For me, I try to keep the header under 5 items in the navigation, right? 4 to 5 items in the top nav. So I always like a good logo, top left, top right, your navigation. If it's a local site, I like a phone number with a call to action. Obviously here we got a e-com site, so we got shop here and it goes right into the categories. So I think that this is absolutely essential. I think this is good. So looking at then the sliders, I think that your goal with the sliders should be to segment your traffic, right? So we got to figure out how to take these people and get them to self-identify. Okay, so what we almost want to do is almost kind of repeat, or I would if I were you, right, these categories and get them to raise their hand and say, I'm interested in, right, a topic, right? I'm interested in my pet. I'm interested in myself. I'm interested in, right? And then take it to the next step. Because if not, we're just showing the user at the end of the day so many options. Okay, so I'm not very, but I'm familiar with CBD. I have family members that take CBD that it's done wonders for. They've been able to come off of medications, right? They've been people that have problems with anxiety. CBD has been literally a godsend for them. So I consider myself to know something about it, but as I look on this site, there's things that like I don't even understand, right? There's lingo that I don't understand. There's product knowledge about CBD that I don't get, and that I would assume probably 90% of your customers don't either. So I think that you need to be speaking to somebody in kind of a 6th grade, 7th grade kind of reading level, and you need to be very, very careful about industry jargon, right? Like I don't even know what a tincture is. Who knows what a tincture is? Let me know in the chat. If you know what it is, let me know. That would be great. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I mean, I know what CBD oil is, right? Great. So if I was looking for CBD, I could go here, but this says tincture. I have no freaking idea, right? Here, now we're talking about CBD vape cartridges versus just the CBD drops, right? And then lastly, we have basically the CBD hemp flower. So, I mean, this is basically medical grade marijuana, but without THC. So this is great, but when I was here last time, I stumbled upon this learn section. And if I were you, I think I'd really be driving a lot more traffic to this learn section. And you might have to stage the content a little bit differently, but there's a page on here, I don't know where it is, that basically walks people through and talks about the different types of CBD and what they're good for, and then suggests a product. If you can do that, your conversions are going to be a lot higher, right? You have anxiety and you don't vape, right? You would prefer drops. Okay, great. Here's the right product for you, right? And then it shoots them straight to the CBD tincture page, right? Like that would crush it from a conversion standpoint. Even the milligrams, right? When I get in here and I'm shopping, I think that one of the biggest questions that people have about CBD is how many milligrams should I get, right? So some type of dosing chart, I think would be uber helpful. You know, if you weigh this much, you have these types of symptoms, whatever you can do, right? Explain the dosing, okay? And I know that somebody could take 250 milligrams or they could take 1,000, right? The dosing is just different, right? You take different amounts, okay? But at the end of the day, you got to get rid of the product confusion. And I think the product confusion in CBD is what's a tincture, what's an oil, what's vape, right? What's the flower, right? Which is the right product? So we got to take some of the education out of it. CBD gel caps, right? I mean, at the end of the day, I would assume that 90% of your market isn't going CBD salve. They aren't going to be able to say, this is what I should get, right? How do I know that? Because my family's always talking about it, right? One family member took it, they did well with it, so then they're talking to somebody else. And they're always like, well, what's the dosage and what kind do you take and how many milligrams and how often do you take it per day? And do you do this type or do you do that type? Right? And so at the end of the day, you got to educate the consumer. And I think like the choose your path or the pick your path, right? So that you can help diagnose and tell them what to do or what to take. I think that's going to do the best for a site like this. Okay. All right. So from an SEO perspective, then I'm just going to take a look at the site kind of in broad strokes since we already hit conversion. I'm going to make a note here. So drop one item from the nav. All right, so drop one item from the top nav, a chooser or a guide for what to buy. Don't assume that your consumer knows, right, what to buy. Then we're just going to take a look at it from kind of an SEO organic perspective, see if there's anything that jumps out to me. So this is in Miami Beach. That's funny. Basically my neighbor, not quite 2 hours south, but anyways, all right, so you must be in a virtual office because what comes up is TD Bank or WeWork co-working space. I would see if you could get a GMB listing confirmed. It might be a little tough being in WeWork, but you should be able to get a suite or some type of mailing address that you can use. So the reason I like doing Google My Business is that when somebody looks up your address, they look up your phone number, they look up your brand name. It just helps control the brand, right? You're going to be able to see something like this saying TD Bank or saying the name of your business, Health Smart CBD, instead of TD Bank, right? With all the information that you need. Okay. Then once you do that, you can very easily, right, go do citations and you can do the same thing. So you can control the whole first page for your brand. Okay, this becomes important. A lot of people skip this step. Okay, these are easy SEO backlinks, number one. Okay, lots of relevancy, lots of strengths in terms of linking domains and authoritative domains linking to you, which is great. Both good social signals, but also this helps control your reputation. Okay, what happens if in 3 months from now, in 6 months from now, in 12 months from now, right? If somebody buys your product and they hate it, right? And they go cause a scene and they go destroy you everywhere. They write on Ripoff Report. They write on all these sites that you guys suck, right? That you're not very good, that you didn't honor this, you didn't do that, or whatever their bad experience was, right? If you control your reputation, it's going to be a lot easier to keep that under wraps, right? Than if you don't have anything. Okay, so protect your reputation. Go get on all the top citation sites. Go get on Google My Business. Work on getting reviews there. Work on building a 5-star reputation. So when somebody smashes you with a 1, right, like you don't even feel it. So give me a 1 if that makes sense, right? Preemptively, go build your 5-star reputation, right? And build that fortress. So if you ever have a problem in the future, you're not starting from scratch. Like I've literally, guys, seen this quite literally kill a business because they didn't take these steps, right? They got 2 or 3 bad reviews very quickly. all of their business was coming from Google Maps, and they went from a 4.5 star, right, to a 2.5 or a 3 star, right? When there's other people in the maps with 4 stars, right? And basically overnight, everybody starts going to the competition instead of them. Quite literally can take your business out at the knees. From an SEO perspective, not much going on here. This is the site with all the traffic. Seems to be a big content site, basically, directory site around dispensaries and strains. Looks like we got some stuff popping up in my neck of the woods here. So let's see here. Earth, Florida, and West Palm Beach. Growing healthy in West Palm Beach. Okay. So at the end of the day, though, not really ranking for much. I'm assuming this is a new site. So again, citations is really going to help. So we're going to put that in here. So we're going to say set up GMB listing, citations. Okay, and then at the end of the day, from an SEO perspective, you should just kind of have all your socials set up. It looks like it was all set up and linked. Let me just confirm real quick, though. Definitely fix this. So you got the post title here, right? And then right underneath it, you got the post title again. So a little issue with the blog formatting, probably the template there that you'll be able to fix pretty easily. Social sites are connected. They look like they're all set up, so that's good. Okay, so that looks fantastic. From an SEO perspective, the next thing I would do is start doing outreach. Okay, so you should be doing outreach for either guest posts, right, or sponsor posts. Okay, who knows the difference? Give me a 1 if you know the difference. Give me a 2 if you want me to go into the detail. Okay, give me a 1 if you know the difference. Give me a 2 if you want me to go into detail here. All right, so we got lots of 1s, but also quite a few 2s. So if you do guest posts, you're basically going to be writing a piece of content and pitching it to the writer or to the blogger, whoever owns the site. So guest posts are great because they're free, right? The arrangement is just like, here's an amazing piece of content. Will you publish it on your site? Let me know. That's the pitch, right? Sponsor posts is, here's an amazing piece of content, or I'd like to write an amazing piece of content for you. And would you publish it? If so, how much would it cost? So sponsor posts, you're just basically bribing somebody to do a guest post, right? That's all that it is at the end of the day. The other difference, though, or the key for me is you don't have to be near as good with the content or the quality of the content. Why? Because you're paying them. Right, so you're able to get away with a lot more. Does that make sense? Give me a 1 if that makes sense. So they're not going to look at your content and go, yeah, this was an okay article. You know what, Joe? I don't know, man. I'm not going to publish this on the site. They're going to go, yeah, this was an okay article and Joe's paying me. So yeah, I'm definitely posting it on the site. Right, so at the end of the day, I do a lot more sponsored posts than I do guest posts. Okay, I'm not saying that you can't go the other route. Okay, I'm just telling you what I do. Okay, when I hit that blogger back up again and say, hey, I got a new client, or I got a new site, or I got something else I need a link to, right? When I have done a sponsored post, typically they're going to respond back a whole lot faster than if I just reach out again with another guest post opportunity. Okay. Somebody says, do you only send one guest post to one site, or do you reuse the post on several sites? I always send unique content, Alex. At the end of the day, you can have a writer rewrite a piece of content for you for like $10, right? So why would you just keep reusing it? If the blogger goes and looks, they're probably not going to be too happy that you did that to them, right? They're probably not going to like it, and then they're probably going to be upset and probably not want to work with you. So I'm not going to blow the relationship for $10.